Here's a video where I talk about 8 big events in my life and the significance of them. It's not necessarily the most important events of my life, but they're the first ones that came to mind, and they play a big part in making me who I am today. Now let's get right into it. Number 1, homeschooling. Homeschooling played a big role in making me who I am today, probably a lot more than I will ever know. The significance of this was that it protected me from a lot of worldly influence that you get when you go to school, and it brought me really close to my family. All my siblings were homeschooled up until high school, and we are each other's best friends. We did everything together, and we still do. We would do everything from playing Lego, doing school all together at the kitchen tables. We would have our struggles together and our good times together. We still are really close, and we hang out all the time, and we love being around each other. And I think homeschooling is the reason why. Number 2 is learning to ride a unicycle. Now, the significance of this was that it gave me confidence at a young age that I could do challenging things. I learned how to ride a unicycle at 6 years old and a 2-wheel bike with no training wheels at 2 years old. But learning to ride a unicycle, I think, was the first time that I saw I could do hard things. And it sparked a want to do challenging things and weird things like riding a unicycle. And ever since then, I've liked to do anything I can get my hands on. The more challenging, the better. And I think it all started with learning to ride a unicycle. Here's a picture right here of me crying, having a hard time trying to learn how to ride a unicycle. Number 3, moving to Bruno. We moved to Bruno 9 years ago from a little town, Radway, Alberta, with 300 people, and now we live in a town of 650 people. So I'm moving up in the world. And I've always lived in a small town, but I have loved it. The significance of moving to Bruno is that I kind of got a fresh start, got some new friends, and I am still really close with those friends. But also, when we moved, there was a Catholic college starting up called St. Therese School of Faith and Mission. I'll put a picture right about there. And it's a great college. I might go there one day. My sister went there 2 years ago, and she loved it. But I think that it is important to have good role models as you're growing up, and having St. Therese and Bruno has given me role models every year. They are amazing people and great witnesses. They are inspired to live their faith out, and they're always trying to grow in the knowledge of the faith and their spiritual life. Number 4 is holding this lovely little dog when I was a kid. I'm just kidding you. But that was a pretty good experience. The real number 4 is filming our first TV series with EWTN. Now, this was a great opportunity for me. I got to meet tons of new people, work with tons of different people. I got to see many different places. And the main part of this was that I found out I love to perform, act, and spread the gospel, make the faith come alive for kids through the media. Number 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is Catch That Spring Tour 2014 through the Yukon. You can't do it! The significance of this for me was that it was the first tour where I found out how much I really love touring. I mean, everything about it. I love meeting new people, being at a different place every single day, seeing tons of different places, and performing on stage, and even making the faith come alive for kids. I loved everything. I did do a lot of tours before this one, but I think I was just too young to realize how much I really love touring. Number 6 is Ignite Camp by Face to Face Ministries. I'll put a Face to Face Ministries picture right there. They're a great ministry, and they put on a camp called Ignite. I went to this camp, and the significance of this in my life was that it was the first time I saw so many youth my age on fire for Christ. Before, faith was a big part of my life and has always been since I was born, but it was always in my family and distant family. This was the first time I saw others that were my age on fire for Christ. And after this, I went out back home, had a ton of new friends that I still am really good friends with, but I was super excited and inspired to just be a good Catholic and live out my faith. Number 7, my first track provincials. Now this was a pretty big changing point in my life because ever since then I've been running almost every day. It gives me energy and inspiration, and it lets me burn off some steam sometimes from earlier in the day. I wasn't really sure how well I do in these provincials, but I ended up getting 4th in the province by half a second. On the last lap of the 3,000 meter, I'm a long distance runner. I run the 1,500 meter, 3,000 meter, sometimes the 800. But on the 3,000, I was in 4th place. On the last lap, I passed the guy before the straightaway, and then 20 meters left, he passed me again, and I got 4th place by half a second. So I was kind of disappointed, but yet I was pretty excited that I got 4th place in the province. Ever since then, I've had a mindset of more push harder, you can do it, you still got left in the tank, and when I'm doing school or work, I think about that. I think and hear my fans and family cheer me on saying, "Run, Jerome, you can do it. Push, push, push." And then I finish it and I know everything's gonna be okay. And it is such a good and relieving feeling once you accomplish your goals. The last one, number 8, is starting online schooling with SunWest Distance Learning Center. Now, this was a major change in my life because before I was doing homeschooling and I was learning a ton of great stuff that I still use today, but I don't think I was being challenged enough. When I moved on to online schooling in grade 10, I was definitely getting a big challenge. It was pushing me to learn many things I didn't learn, and it gave me accountability because I had many different teachers. It taught me a lot of different things like discipline and learning how to do my own scheduling and planning, and it taught me to not be afraid to ask for help when I need it, and many other different skills that I will be using in the future. I'm only in grade 11, so I still have another 2 years or a year and a half of this, and I'm excited to do and keep on going with this journey. That's it. That's all. Thank you for watching. Those were 8 events that have made me who I am today. It's obviously not all of them. I really had to narrow it down to 8 because I love memories and looking back and seeing the significance of different events, but I narrowed it down to 8. And I think those were some pretty important and big events. That's it. I will see you in the next project. Thank you for watching. Oh.